of August 1st through August 31st, no support for African business.
Yes, finally, y'all, we are boycotting African braiding shops. Like, I'm sick of these Africans taking my money, especially the ones that can do boho knotless braids down your back for under $300. Oh, especially the ones where hair is included. Like, if y'all know any of those braiding shops, like, please let me know, specifically in the Nashville area, so I can be the first to boycott, because I'm sick of thinking about that. I'm just sick and tired of them, especially when they can do hair under 5 hours because multiple ladies are working on your hair at the same time. Like, I wanted to sit on the chair for longer. Like, I'm just mad thinking about it, especially the ones that wash your hair before the appointment. Like, I'm just getting mad thinking about it. So like let me know, like, and the rates and like where they're at and like a number to like call them, like to let them know that I'm boycotting, because like we can't stand for this. And like, let me know their availability for braiding next week, because like I got a trip coming up and like, you know, I want to boycott before I go. So like just let me know.
At this point, shut the African braiding shops down, because it's been 2 days. I've seen 5 videos, 5 different African braiding shops, 5 different African braiding shops, you hear me? And 5 different arguments, 5 different fights, and 5 different African braiding shops. So what are they telling you? They gotta go. Shut them down.
Just feel like if we're gonna boycott, let's boycott. Stop wearing Nigerian prom dresses done by Nigerians. Stop going to Morocco. Stop getting your henna done. Stop wearing waist beads. Stop wearing Fulani braids. Stop wearing Senegalese braids. Stop wearing head wraps. Stop buying shea butter. Stop listening to Afrobeats and Amapiano. Stop going to Dirty December. Stop eating jollof rice. Who said that? I said it. And the crazy thing is, y'all don't be having half of this energy for Indians, Koreans, Vietnamese, to the white man. And the gag is, we're all still black. We're black as hell at the end of the day. And if you don't want to be called African American, tell the white man to take off African American off the paper and put American.
I'm making this video because I wanted to support Shaya Shelf, who is promoting a protest for August 1st. Complete blackout on African braiding shops, restaurants, and stores, right? I'm absolutely here for this. I'm showing my support because I do this in my everyday life. I do not shop with the Africans. Ain't no African ever braided my hair, put their hands in my head, or none of that, right? I don't do the restaurants. I stopped like years ago. I do not shop with their stores. If I walk into a store and I accidentally realize, not for me, right? So she's encouraging that we do an August 1st protest all through the month of August. I think it should continue throughout for the rest of the year, right? Let them really feel the heat, okay? Because they are confused about who they are, who we are, and what this is all about, right? They're so busy licking boots, they don't seem to want to give us our respect. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out, I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of black people not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So in support of Shaya's Shelf, I am even pushing past August, but it starts August 1st, okay? Complete, total blackout on Africans, period, okay? Let them know what time it is.
Imagine boycotting an African-owned business, then going to go get braids that's called Fulani braids or Senegalese twist, or actively using shea butter and black soap. I swear we're losing the plot, y'all. We're losing the plot.
Oh, can you say that again?
Black American stylists. Do you have any Black American stylists there?
Yes.
That I can get my hair braided?
Yes, I do. But
okay.
You won't be uncomfortable being around others that are not Black American stylists?
I mean,
You're fine.
I only allow Black Americans to touch my hair. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, ma'am, this just may not be the shop for you because we don't discriminate like that. So yeah.
Well, if I want a white person to touch my hair, I go to a white shop.
Yeah. Well, this is.
Touch my hair, I want
Yeah.
So that's not discrimination, please. That's a personal choice.
Yeah. So I just wouldn't go to an African braiding shop then.
You don't hire Black Americans there.
Yeah, but we don't discriminate. Thank you though for calling. We appreciate you.
Okay, I just want to
All
know,
right.
honey. Thank you very much.
They're already starting. Are you laughing or crying?
Oh my God, no, I'm laughing. Is she serious?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm very sad. I'm very sad to see black people fighting each other. There is an online fight which it is going on between black Americans and African people. Black Americans, they are threatening to boycott African businesses in America starting 1st August to 30th August. Now you can see this is a full month of black Americans boycotting African businesses in America. Now, this is what the enemy always want. The enemy always want to see black people not uniting. The enemy wants to see black people fighting each other. Black people not supporting each other. This is the colonialism system which it is still running out in the black people, in the black community. Now, black Americans, they are saying that they are going to boycott African businesses in America simply because Africans, they are not respecting the black Americans, and the black Americans, they are coming out and saying, if it is not them to fight so hard in America, the African people won't be able to come and do businesses in America, because the system in America, it has been always fighting black people. It has been always suppressing black people, and the black Americans, they have been fighting equality in America. But right now we are seeing that African people, they are coming in America and they are not respecting black Americans. So because of that, it has bring all this fight which it is going on right now of black Americans threatening to boycott African businesses starting from 1st August 2026. So kindly guys, I want you to watch these videos, compilation of videos, how black people, they are coming out and react. And I'm not happy, guys, to present this video for you. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up. All credits goes to the original creators of the video.
So I'm hearing that August 1st, African Americans are going to be boycotting African businesses. And, you know, I hear they don't want to be called African Americans, they want to be called Black Americans. And honestly, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, what kind of self-hate is this that we have to now? I mean, I know this war has been brewing for a long time between African Americans and Africans who are in America. And it's really ridiculous. And first of all, this is also the real definition of racism, because it's discrimination against the people. So basically what the white people are doing to you is what you guys are doing to us as Africans. So you want to boycott all African businesses just because somebody had a bad experience. I mean, you guys are not boycotting Lululemon. You guys are not boycotting Target. You guys are not boycotting all those businesses that you go to and they make you feel like you're a criminal. They follow you around because they think you'll steal. You're not boycotting those businesses. No, you're not. But you're going to boycott African businesses just because you had a bad experience. This is ridiculous. I mean, when you talk about the devil at work, this is the devil. This is the devil trying to come in, because at the end of the day, well, you look at me, I am Kenyan American. I am a Kenyan who has since become an American citizen. So I'm Kenyan American, but you can't even tell, you can't differentiate me from an African American or a Black American until I open my mouth and you actually hear that I have an accent. Why are we fighting against each other? Why are we united? Why are you fighting us? I mean, this is ridiculous. If the enemy is at work, the enemy comes in to steal, kill, and destroy. And that is what is happening. Like, really ridiculous. I'm not hearing of, Chinese Americans boycotting Chinese businesses or Italian Americans boycotting Italian businesses. Why is it that African Americans want to boycott African businesses? And also the fact is, you guys are not even, why don't you go ahead and start today? Because African businesses are mostly supported by us Africans. And that's the truth. You guys, you guys eat elsewhere, shop elsewhere, do business elsewhere. Go ahead and do that. I don't think it's really going to affect African businesses. But the fact that this is happening in 2025, this is sad, very sad. The self-hate.
I don't know about your FYP, but lately on my FYP, I have been seeing African Americans saying on the 1st of August, they're going to boycott African businesses because they're not American. I've been seeing a lot of those videos. They believe they're not Africans. Some were even going to the extent of saying they don't have African features. And African Americans don't come for me, but there's African American behind your, is it tied to your ethnicity, your background, but you don't think you're African. I'm not saying you're African like you were born in Africa. And by the way, Africa is a continent. There's like 54 countries in there. Yeah, just putting it out there. Okay, you guys, obviously some of you don't know your roots, some of you know your roots. I am so sorry about what happened decades of years ago to you guys. Okay, I apologize on behalf of our ancestors. I apologize, but this is the thing, you're African. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news. Yeah, you're African. Like, there's African American behind your identity. Yes, you might know you were not born in Africa like we were born in Africa, but your ancestors were from Africa. I don't know. American school system, what do they teach you? Actually, you know what, scrap that. The white people have blown all the school off, so I'm trying to like, and then some of the ladies are saying I don't have, even men as well, I don't have African features. But some of you are traveling to Turkey to get your nose pointed because it looks too African and too, am I bugging? Am I bugging? I'm not saying don't cancel African businesses. If you want to, by all means, but it's just the fact that you guys, I'm not saying claim African because you're not born there. You were not raised there. You don't know your background. You don't know where, I understand that, but it is still part of your identity. That you're African. Someone like me, yes, I know my background. I know where I've come from. I've come from Nigeria. I was born there. I grew up in England. My citizenship is not by birth. My children, however, their citizenship is by birth because they were born here. But are they going to go around and go, oh, I am British? Yeah, they are British because they were born here, but they're Black British, they're African British. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? African Americans? African Americans? Like, come on, you guys, like, stop. This is becoming ridiculous on this app. Like, come on. We're all this color. If we're this color, maybe different shades of melanin, we are one. Stop this. Stop. Africans, Americans, the heck?
I didn't pay attention yesterday because it was a lot going on. So the African braid shops are calling themselves boycotting FBA women or whoever, men, whatever, who come to their shop to get their hair done. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna fucking learn. I've been braiding my own hair probably for the past 4 years now, but every month I was in an African shop, and then we had, this is what, even when Biden was still president, then we had this conversation where they was trying to tell me everybody was from Africa, and I was like, not me, boo, I'm native. And they was like, And then my hair started getting tighter than usual. I never had an issue with losing my edges because all you gotta do is keep some oil on them when your hair is tight. But anywho, my son's younger sister is 11 years old. She can braid hair. My mother been braiding my hair and putting beads on it since the 80s. I never went to an African braid shop until I turned 24. And then, you know, I would probably go once a year because my hair is really thick and I didn't like all of them braids because it was thick and heavy and I knew it was pulling my hair out. But to you Africans who call yourselves boycotting the Akatas, finna make sure y'all go broke. Because we've been braiding hair way before y'all got over here and called it African braiding. Go look at them old R. Kelly videos and the Marion B2K them videos. It wasn't no Africans sitting on the porch braiding their hair. Go look at them old Snoop Dogg videos. It wasn't no Africans sitting on the porch braiding their hair. We've been braiding hair for a long time. If y'all so cold, Africans, why can't y'all braid names and letters and stars and stripes in people's hair like FBA been doing since Allen Iverson was playing basketball, since Jordan was playing basketball? Y'all finna lose so much money, and I'm so here for it. I don't know why the fuck y'all think y'all can make it without us. Y'all wouldn't even be here without us. If we didn't fight for civil rights, you wouldn't be here. But I can't wait to see how much money y'all gonna lose by calling yourself boycotting FBA. This shit finna be hilarious. I hope all you bitches go broke because that's what y'all deserve. Y'all wanna align with the Mayo Native people and go against the Akatas. The Akatas finna watch y'all fall. It's finna be lovely. Keep doing what you're doing, boo, because our money's staying with us and we can braid hair way better than y'all can. We be doing it for years and there's no way in East Fuck I could go to a braid shop and get every one of my braids a different type of color. Y'all wouldn't even be able to do that. Y'all will probably be complaining. So I ain't gotta pay nobody nothing and do my own hair. But y'all Miller fillers finna lose a whole bunch of money calling yourselves boycotting the Akatas. Akatas got long money. Watch us Akatas show y'all.
Black America, do not boycott your own people. I'm saying that because recently I saw a video from a sister complaining about services that she received from an African hairdresser, and she laid out her grievances on why Black America should do an economic blackout on all Africans and their services on August the 1st. And when I saw her say this, I felt embarrassed by this. Africans, Black people that live outside of the United States, they are not our enemy. They're not our oppressor. And I need for my brothers and sisters here in America, my fellow Black Americans, I need you to understand why we boycott. It isn't because we don't like services that we got from somebody. We're boycotting companies that do wrong by Black people. That's what we're doing. We boycott companies that do wrong by women. We boycott companies that do environmental damage, what's referred to as environmental racism. Companies that destroy environments where Black people stay. That's who we boycott. We don't put that energy on our own people. You put that energy on the people who are oppressing you, on the people who don't care about you, not your own people. I need my fellow Black Americans to wake up out of their colonized tribal mind states. Wake up. You're being manipulated by forces that you can't see. They're trying to get you to buy into not just anti-immigration, but specifically to oppose black people from other countries. That's what they're trying to get you to do, Black America. I need you to be smarter than that. I need you to pay attention. Open your eyes. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't let them use you with this anti-immigrant ridiculousness. Black America, stand down on the economic boycott request for boycotting Africans in the United States. Stand down from that ridiculousness. It's counter-revolutionary. It's counterproductive. It does not benefit Black Americans or Black people. We have to stop going against ourselves.
Guys, the other day I did a video about how some Black Americans are busy bashing and fighting Africans left, right, and center. Fighting Africans. What is this? Is this World War, African World War something? So, anyway, guys, that video has a lot of comments. If you haven't seen it, you'll see it here. Let me tell you, it has a lot of comments, and you can see the hatred. People talking about slavery days and how Africans sold them and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, guys, move on. I mean, I understand slavery happened, and it is sad it happened, but why dwell there? You know, a lot of Black Americans, they live their lives like the victims. They always feel like the victims, always crying. There's this mentality that was sold to them, that they are not smart enough, they don't belong, and they don't believe themselves. I believe this is like a self-esteem issue. You feel intimidated by a Black person, your fellow Black person, and you feel that you have to fight for the name American. You yourself, you know you are American. You are born here, and you're still fighting for it. Like me, I'm a Kenyan. If I tell you, as a Kenyan, if you come and tell me I'm Haitian, I'll be like, okay, if that's what you want to believe, that's fine. There's nothing to fight. If you tell a Nigerian that they are Kenyan, they're not going to fight it. Or you tell a Nigerian or a Ghanaian, or any part of the Africa, if you tell them that they are Hispanic, if that's what you want to believe, that is your problem. We have so many problems. You know, this is your own war. You are fighting your own war. This is like laughing back at your face. Black Americans that are trying to fight Africans, oh my God, saying you gotta boycott African businesses. You can boycott all you want. But one thing I will tell you is God got us. We always come here, we always come out strong and come out with plan B. A lot of Africans, we don't just sit there. We don't cry victims. Us, oh my God, we come to this country, we overcome even the racism thrown at us, whatever the insults, the whatever, with the humiliation, the things we have to put up with, but we come out as winners because we don't fight, we don't sit there to prove points. We prove points with our hard work and our determination, and we invest in our countries. Tell me, if you right now today, let me challenge you as a Black American. If you go to any assisted living, how many Africans are you going to find there? Tell me one. I know there are few of them because maybe, because of the children's situation and everything, but majority, 95% of Africans, they go back to Africa. We invest, we work hard, we invest, and we go back. And one thing I want to remind the Black Americans, the one that are proving their points that they are Americans. Yes, you are an American. Believe in yourself. Love yourself enough to know who you are. And accept it. Accept who you are. You don't have to fight for it. Now, a lot of Africans are dual citizens. You have dual citizenship. So your rights are my rights. Me as Betty today, you are right. As an American, I'm an American. Yeah, so don't fight for it. Me, I don't fight. If I tell you I'm an American, you don't believe. I'm a Kenyan American, you don't believe it. That is your problem. There is so much to worry about in 2025. Look at how the economy, look at how expensive America is. Look how America is tough for even most of you are struggling to survive. Even putting food on there, living paycheck to paycheck. Surviving is a problem in America nowadays. It is not cheap in America. I'm telling you. You know, I've seen a group of Black Americans posting a picture of Africans wearing sandals and them wearing Jordans, and I'm like, you know, wearing Jordan doesn't mean that you have a good life. Let me tell you guys, don't look down on Africans. When you see Africans here, we might not wear Jordans, but let me tell you, we know better. And the ones I've seen another video that this woman, she's an older woman, she's not even a young girl, she's saying that Africa is rusty and dusty. We need to go back to a rusty Africa and dusty. And in the comment section, people are talking about how poor Africa is, how we don't know how to manage our resources, how we live in mud huts. Let me tell you, in Africa, people sleep good. They don't have debts. They don't owe anybody. Even if it's a little mud hut, you have built your own little house. That is your own house. You own it. You own the land. We own the land. We are not leasing from the government. We own it. And let me remind you, Black Americans, this is a reminder. There is, even if you boycott, Africans, we are blessed. We are blessed. And everywhere we touch, everywhere we step in this country, everywhere we step our foot is blessed. Favor locates us. You think it's a joke to go to American embassy and get an American visa? Do you know how hard it is? You think it's a joke? It's not. We are like gold that has been put through fire. Africans are tough. We know how to do these things, and we don't prove our points. We just know how. And you know what? We believe in the Most High God. He got us. If you don't have us, if you don't have our back, Black Americans, white people got our back. Chinese, Asians, Jamaicans, Haitians, all these other races, they got our back. Believe it or not, they do. Because we have not done anything wrong. If you go to an African braider and they pull your hair or they do a bad job, move on, go to the other one. Why are you whining? Because of your $20. This is why I said, you guys, you cry. Or you're crying because of $100 that you... If you don't have a good hairdo, stop whining. Move on to the next hair braider. And you'll be all right. Nobody forces you to go to African braiders. You know? You are worried about SS Fest or whatever it was sold to blacks or whatever, Africans. Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy. You are trying to fight the wrong people, because Africans, we are not fighting this war. We are not fighting with you. You fight with yourselves, and when you're done fighting with yourselves, you find a better thing to do with your lives. Because guess what? Africans will not dwell there. Africans will not sit around and argue all day, all night.
If you're not black, just keep scrolling. This video is for my African Americans and African brothers and sisters. Specifically for us, I am so confused. Why am I seeing that on August 1st, African Americans, or a specific African American, has forged a protest against African businesses, from African restaurants, African braiding salons, anything that is African owned? They have started a campaign that on August 1st, we as Black Americans will be boycotting these businesses. What the fuck is wrong with us? What is wrong with us just as a people, as Black Americans, African Americans? What the fuck is wrong with us that it makes sense to boycott African businesses because you may have had a bad experience with a African business? You've also had a bad experience with an Asian business. You've had a bad experience with a white business. You've had a bad experience with an Hispanic business, and so on and so forth. Where's the energy for those businesses that continuously come into our communities and disrespect us? But you want to start a war, a beef, continue a beef with Africans? Like, make it make sense. We are all one. Sure, we can distinguish ourselves as African American or African, but they look at us all the same. They don't look at African and say, oh, you're African. They don't look at me as an African American and say, oh, she's an African American. No, she's a nigga. They all the same. So what sense does it make that we are boycotting our own people? Sometimes we can really be our own worst enemy. They don't even need to do anything to divide us. There's nothing more that they need to do. We can complete the mission ourselves. The self-hate, because that's what it is. It's self-hate. There is no way. I don't even know how this thing even got legs. How did this even get legs? You got people agreeing with it, like, yeah, when I go into the hair braiding shop, that's why black women ain't got edges, and that's why black women got bald spots or losing hair, because they braid so tight. What? That's the reason why you're boycotting them? Because you made a choice to let somebody braid your hair a certain way and you didn't get the desired results? So that's justification to boycott an entire community of people? Like, y'all dumb. I say it all the time to my friends and family. The majority of people are fucking stupid. And I mean that with my whole entire chest. Y'all are some dumb, ignorant ass people. Because this don't make no goddamn sense. How you boycott your own people when you got people, other races, other communities that have done far worse to us than we do to each other? But you want to sit here and boycott your own people. I don't even have no more words because I'm really going to go off and get to cursing on here, and I don't need to be doing all that. Y'all need to grow up and do better. Matter of fact, let's make August 1st, you do go to an African business. If there's an African beauty supply, if there's an African, I don't know, corner store, whatever kind of business it is out there that an African may have, go ahead and make sure y'all frequent it on August 1st. Let's counteract this ignorance, because this is fucking stupid. So goddamn dumb.
African American or Black American? Hey, gather here, and tag any African American out there. Gather here, come here. Now, I'm here on behalf of our brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa. I'm here to talk to you today. Now, we don't have a problem. When you say you are Black American, you are not African American. We don't have a problem. In fact, it's okay, because that's what you are. You are an American and you are born in America. Call yourself Black American. It's fine. Now, the problem is when you start having these issues with Africans. Hey, Chineke, oh, my brother, my sister. We don't have, Africans don't have time for war. If you are fighting this war, you are fighting it yourselves, not us. I have seen these videos, some Black Americans making videos saying it's bad luck to be associated with the name African. It's bad luck to call yourself African American because of all the shit that's happening in the continent of Africa. It is bad luck when you call yourself African, because that's why a lot of bad things are happening to them, because they are associated with the name Africa. That Africans are bad luck. God. That Africans, we come here to disrespect you guys. Me, Wajiko, coming from Kenya. How many miles? Do you know how many miles from Kenya? Coming all the way from Africa to come here and disrespect anybody. For what? We are not here for any sort of competition. We are not here for any sort of war. We have left our problems back home. We have tribal issues. We have our own issues. We have our own government issues. We have so many problems to deal with, leave alone coming to America to disrespect and to take over what Black Americans here have. Let me tell you guys, as Africans, when we come to America, we come here with a purpose. Majority of us, and I'm not saying, because some of us lose focus, of course, human is human, but majority of Africans, when we come to America, we come here with a purpose. We come here with goals. We come here to better our lives. We come here to make our lives good. And we come here to work. We don't come here to take from anybody. We work hard. We put in the work. And the last thing we worry about is who is called who. Who is who? Who is... We don't care about that. All we want is a good life for ourselves, and all we want is to make our lives better, and all we want is to work harder. Okay? And these problems, it's a shame to see people who look like us trying to fight us. Why are you fighting Africa? You know, a lot of Black Americans, they say Africans don't like them. You know, what we don't like is problems. You know, this is the confusion. You know, a lot of Africans, we don't want problems. We don't. That's why we try to stay away. And some Black Americans, they think we don't like them. Just because we stay away from problems, it doesn't mean, because what happens as an African when we come to America, if you go to work, or if you meet some African Americans or Black Americans, let me say Black Americans, because I don't want to disrespect you guys. When we meet Black Americans, what do we get? Most of them, as soon as they hear the African accent, they treat us like we are stupid. We don't know what we're doing. We are dumb. We are from Africa. You know, they think we are so poor. We are here because of, I don't know what the mentality is, but there's that kind of treatment. And a lot of Black Americans, they are, and especially women, and I'll say this, especially women, they have this anger. They have this bitterness. They're ready. Even if you go to some customer service, Black American, the minute they look at you like that, you open your mouth, they'll be giving you, like, they'll look at you in a way, you know, and they'll make you feel like, my goodness, whatever you're asking, you just, and also at the same time, you meet good ones. They are good ones. They are good Black Americans, very nice ones. I go to a Black American church, and there are so many good ones, yeah? So I'm not trying to say all Black Americans are bad, but what I'm saying is, it's good you can say you're not African, but the thing is, do not start having problems and fighting with Africans. Africans, we are not here for that kind of fight. We appreciate being in America. We prayed to be here. We prayed. For us to get American citizenship, we had to study. We had to read all those questions. And some of you don't even know all those things, the process we have to go through. We paid money, you know, because it's not free. To fill in all the paperwork is not free. We file for these forms, and it costs us money, but we pay, and we know that we have paid the price. And guys, African Americans or Black Americans, I want to assure you, when you come to the continent of Africa, you are more than welcome. Do not feel like Africans are here to threaten. No. And by the way, Africa is not that behind. My brother, you know, like the guy saying that with all the shit that is happening in Africa, let me tell you, there are so many Africans, Black Americans that are moving to the continent of Africa. There are so many. So many. I have seen this lady, if you know, for reference, you can go to Instagram and find, or YouTube, find this lady called Trevor's Culture. This lady, she's helping a lot of Black Americans relocate to the continent of Africa. There are so many moving to Nigeria and Ghana and all this, and even some moving to Asia. And no one is having a problem with them. In Kenya, we say, Karibu, hakuna matata. You're welcome. No matata. In fact, as soon as you land in Kenya, nobody is going to tell you are from where. When you speak, we can tell you are an American. And in most cases, we wouldn't even know if you are an American from Kenya. Nobody cares. All we care is our brothers, our sisters, welcome. That's all. So why the war? Why all this problem? African. And I see this video lady saying, we don't like African food. It tastes nasty. Have you tasted all African food? I've been, you know, for me, being Kenyan, we have tribes. We have so many tribes in Kenya. I haven't tasted all the tribe foods, you know, like, of course, most of the food are similar, but some tribes, they have certain food, you know, and I haven't tasted all, like, I haven't been to the Maasai land to taste the Maasai food, you know, things like that, although most of the foods are similar. But all I'm saying is, I've never been to some African countries, so I've never tried their food, so you don't know. And stop thinking Africa is that behind. Africa is not. You'll be surprised. You need to travel. You need to travel. My sister, my brother, you need to travel. Travel and see the world. See what is out there. Don't think that America is all like everything, you know? America is good, don't get me wrong, but there are countries that are much better than America. There are countries that are greater than America. There are countries that are awesome. There are countries, you know, stop down looking on other countries, you know, like continent of Africa. If you have money, I can tell you, if you have money or if you can survive, if you can work remotely and live in Africa, you'll be living like a king or a queen. That's what I can assure you. I'm not promising you jobs because why are we here? Because we don't have jobs. But there are people who have jobs in Africa getting paid well. There are people from Africa who will not live in America. Because what is this? You know, you need to travel before you think being associated with Africa is bad luck. Travel and see the world. There are so many good things about Africa you don't know. And while this is what makes me mad. While most black Americans are complaining about Africa, white people are busy traveling to Africa, enjoying continent of Africa. They are enjoying. And you know what? I'm so happy to see that even black Americans nowadays are moving out of America. They know better. So know better. Stop fighting the online social media wars.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how black Americans, they are coming out threatening to boycott black businesses, African businesses in America, starting from 1st August to 30th August 2026. Now, this is to tell you that this is what I don't love about black people fighting each other. The harder we try to unite, it is the harder the enemy they are trying to divide us black people. I know black Americans, they are coming out and saying that black African people, they are not respecting them in America. And for me, I keep on telling you that this fight, it is not a recent fight. This fight, it has been going on since African people starting to come to America, simply because the enemy, they were the ones who were telling African people who they are coming in America that the reasons to why the white people, they are employing so many African people and black people in the Caribbean, it is because the black people, the black Americans in America, they are lazy. They don't want to work. And we know that it is not true. So because of the white people telling African people who are coming to work in America, they are employing them because black Americans, they are lazy. The African people, they have not been respecting the black Americans. Yeah, that it is the reasons to why African people, they are not respecting the black Americans. It is because the enemy, he has told them that black Americans, they are lazy. Yeah, that is the reasons why African people, they are not respecting black Americans. They are seeing them as a lazy people. And because of that, we have been seeing how Africans, they are treating black Americans, seeing them as a lazy people. And we know that the people who build America, the people who build America to what it is today, it is the black Americans. Now, this is what the enemy wants. The enemy know very well that the black Americans, they are not lazy. They are the ones who have built their country. And black Americans, they have just, they don't want to work for them because of the pay they are giving them. Black Americans, they want to be paid very well as how they are doing the jobs. The equality, black Americans, they need equality. And that's why black Americans, they don't want to work to the white people. Because of the white people, they don't want to pay them reasonable wages. Now, the wages that African people, they are being paid, it is not a reasonable wages. That's why the black Americans, they don't want to work for them. And because of that, white people, they are taking that advantage to fill the brain of African people who are coming to America by telling them that these people, they are lazy. And that it is true. These people, they want us to hate each other. These people, they want us to fight each other. So for what I can tell you that it is, let us put our differences aside and come together and unite, because this is what the enemy wants to see us black people are not uniting, because for a very long time the only thing that we black people we are having problem is uniting. Yeah, it is very hard for us black people to unite, because also the enemy is working very hard to divide us black people. So we need to come together and unite. We need to stop putting our we need to stop fighting each other. Let's put our difference aside. African people, when you are coming to America, kindly respect the black people. These people, they were taken away from the motherland. I know majority of you people, you will tell me that not all black people, they came from Africa, and that is true. Not all black people, they came in Africa. Before Christopher Columbus in America, they were black people in America. Before Christopher Columbus in some of the Caribbean country, they were black people in the Caribbean country. So when Christopher Columbus came, now they started to bring more slaves from Africa, from the motherland, to this Western country as a slave. And these people, they work very hard to build America, to build so many countries in the Europe. So it is not their wish black people to go there. These people, they were taken away from the motherland. Majority of them, they were taken away in the motherland. And these people, they feel so bad. Instead of us black people coming there in America, teaching them, showing them love, showing our black Americans love, showing our black Americans respect, teaching them some of the cultures, because these people, they were stripped their culture. Yeah, these people, they were stripped their culture. So we need to go there in America, teach them some of our culture, show them how our country is good, try to educate them, their roots, where they came from, bonding with them. But instead of our African people do that, they are going there and starting disrespecting them. That is what the enemy wants, because the enemy started to divide us long time ago, because the enemy came in Africa. They took them away. They went with them far away. So far away. You can see the distance from America and Africa, how it is huge. So this enemy still, up today, is still dividing us black people, and we need to put our differences aside. So guys, I want us to read some of the comments here that majority of our black people, they have come out and wrote in the comment section. And also guys, please, this video, it is only for educational purposes. This video, it is only for educational purposes, and I want to educate all my brothers and sisters, black brothers and sisters, to come together and unite. Let us unite. And also guys, you can share your thoughts on the comment section. You can also say something, because this boycotting black businesses, it is not good. It is not good for black Americans to boycott African businesses in America. It is not good. We are bringing our people down. We as a black community, we are the ones who we are going down. Yeah, if black Americans can come out and say, let's boycott white businesses, that it is at least, because it is not affecting our own black people. But when you are boycotting your brother businesses, you are bringing your race down. And when you are going down, these other races, they are becoming on top of you and will not say something, because these people, they are seeing you are dividing. You can see even in this video, these people right now, they know that black people, they are going to boycott their African businesses, their fellow African businesses, and for them, they will now come out and restock their businesses. They will bring more stock, so that they can benefit from this fight which it is going on between African people and black Americans. So kindly guys, let me read for you some of the comment. 54 countries that still can't get it together because of the same tribalism. Yeah, we need to abolish this tribalism. I refuse to spend money with anyone who doesn't respect me. You can see this is a message from black Americans. You cannot go and spend his money to a black store, and the same black store is not getting respected, is not being respected. So this is some of the things that I've been telling you, that black people, we need to respect each other so that we can go forward. I'm with you all 100%. I've been noticing the disrespect from all immigrants. You can see African who are going to United States, stop disrespecting black Americans. She said they are going to call out from work. Not one of them will be missed that day. So these black people, they are preparing to boycott black businesses. Her goodies, this African taking real spicy. We got a call ice. We are not African American, we are FBA. So you can see this one is not saying that I'm not, even she doesn't want to be called African. African lady, you don't want to go to war with us. African is 3 billion. African people, you can't fight for your country. Make it make sense. This one is saying that we as African, we need to fight for our country. We don't need one to fight with our brothers and sisters in America. So how is she going to fight for Africa in America? Stop letting people disrespect you and take your money. Yeah. How about boycott with your coin? Just don't go to the African braiding shop and completely put them out of businesses. Is that simple? You all telling African doctors to risk their license and career just to spite black Americans is wild something. Wow. So there's one of us here who has given us a long message. So as a Southern black American, let me just start. As a Southern black American, I was taught that you don't enter the house nor a room without acknowledging the presence of the people who already in there. You always speak to everyone. People have entered the USA black American space without acknowledging they are there. They have only come in such areas only to take. Black Americans have always braided their own hair, doctor on themselves, etc. But in order to support newcomers into their areas, black Americans support their businesses because we cannot businesses we can. Not because we need their service. However, for newcomers to be so disrespectful, condescending and without family toward us is no longer tolerable. In the world of the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, all we are asking for is respect, something Africans are taught to give in their culture. They know better than to display such disrespect in their own countries. So why do it here in the USA to black Americans? Acknowledgement and inclusion in the beginning of any endeavor by a newcomer in black American space are always key in black American culture. We are big on respect, especially from people who look like us. Respected begins respect. So now this one, he has wrote a very long message, but what he's saying that we need to respect each other. And for those African people who are going in America, we need to know exactly the presence of, we need to acknowledge the presence of black Americans. So guys, we have a long message here that I will read for you in my next episode. Kindly, let's unite. Kindly, let's come together and let us respect each other. So thank you so much. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed.